Well, good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday night. We are live talking about a few things this evening. It's currently 7:56 on our Saturday night. Audio sounds okay. And today was a big and important day. We got plenty of photos and videos from everyone across the city and across the area of the eclipse. It was the annular solar eclipse, one of two over the next 6 months. The big eclipse will be happening in less than 6 months from now. That'll be the total solar eclipse in April of 2024, specifically April 8th next year. And again, that'll be the really big one. And why I say that is because this eclipse that happened today, it was the Ring of Fire, an annular eclipse. The moon was farther away, so it didn't cover up the entirety of the sun. Only about 90 to 91% of the sun was covered today. And even at that, it was still bright in the sky. You really needed the solar filters to see the moon covering the center portion of the sun. Now, next year in April, April 8th, 2024, that'll be a total solar eclipse. That's when the moon will be closer on its orbit around the Earth. And that's when it'll cover the entire sun next year. So that'll be 100% covered. That's the one that's going to bring more of a shadow of darkness over the area. And again, today was about 90 to 91% covered in the path of annularity, but for totality next year, that'll be 100% obscuration of the sun next April. So get ready for that. Feel free to send your photos and videos from earlier today. We got a lot of them, and those certainly do help here in the area. Our today's high temperature, 82, beautiful day, very fall-like. As a matter of fact, our morning low, slightly above average. Our afternoon high, slightly below normal. Average is about 83. We hit 82 today, but it was a gorgeous day. As a matter of fact, this morning was chilly. Temperatures, while they were in the lower to middle 60s, the winds were gusting 20, 25 miles an hour, and that made it feel a little cooler than the actual air temperature. And tomorrow will be very similar. Winds breezy to gusty in the afternoons, and a lot of sunshine expected for tomorrow afternoon. Before we get to the breakdown of the forecast, we're in this trend of cooler mornings, so take advantage. Tomorrow morning in San Antonio, likely around 58 to 59 for an overnight low. So tomorrow morning we'll start off chilly, and then after about mid-morning, we'll see a quick warm-up in temperatures. Highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s tomorrow, once again. But notice the overnight trend. It starts to go down, right? So 53 Monday morning, and likely near 50 to maybe even 49 early Tuesday morning. Again, those are morning temperatures or overnight lows. The afternoons will trend in the 70s and 80s, a lot like today under a lot of sunshine. Outside right now, our cameras are not working. The Calaveras Lake one is frozen. That's weird. I have to check that because it's dark outside, right? I'm struggling what time of day it is. And this camera is frozen. Let's find out what is happening. Let's find out. Bear with me, everybody. Yes, sunset was at 7:05 earlier today. This camera shot is not correct. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, guys. We're going to be talking about weather for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, this camera shot over Calaveras Lake, it did not update because that's showing like a 4 to 5 o'clock sky cam. So let's change it. Yeah, so that's better. So here's the airport. That's the airport cam. We just kind of saw that with some of the numbers. Outside right now, it is mostly clear. We have seen a lot of cloud cover to our south and west. And some of that has translated to rain, very light activity out near Zapata County, towards the Rio Grande Valley, really, towards Rio Grande City, as a matter of fact, and towards McAllen. And again, this is all light rain to the south and west, nothing heavy, but it shows you kind of the pattern. And we did see a lot of cloud cover this morning that finally cleared out for the solar eclipse. Meantime, current temperatures at 8 o'clock on this Saturday evening, 73 in the city, 68 in Kerrville, still 80 in Del Rio. We might have to double check that because that's not lining up with our temperatures across the area. If our cameras are frozen, some of the sensors around the area might be as well. It's always a possibility. 63 in Victoria, 66 in Rock Springs, and the air is very dry. Notice out south near the Gulf of Mexico, near the Rio Grande, it's still a little more humid, lingering humidity. But even at that, dew points are still in a very comfortable area. Even out near Carrizo Springs with a dew point temperature at 54. San Antonio, these are dew points or moisture values. They're in the 30s. So it's very dry, it's very comfortable outside. And tomorrow morning, just like this morning, winds will be breezy to gusty, 20 to 25 miles an hour. And what that's going to do is lead to a chilly overnight. Let me delete this real quick. You'll see by tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., morning temperatures around 58 to 60 degrees. I do think around the metro, Helotes, Stone Oak, near the SeaWorld area towards Somerset, likely going to see overnight temperatures dip down into the upper 50s. So it's going to be a chilly morning. Tomorrow afternoon is going to be a beautiful day. But again, notice tomorrow morning, a little chilly, mostly clear. A lot of the cloud cover out farther west, but also a little gusty. Winds will be moving around 20 to 25 miles an hour at times with those occasional gusts. So a light jacket tomorrow morning, maybe even a sweater. But again, after probably 10 a.m., the sun's going to be out all day. And what that's going to do is really heat things up. It's not going to be a hot day tomorrow. But after about mid-morning, 10, 11 a.m., you can lose the jackets and it's going to be a beautiful day. Highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s tomorrow. Today we hit about 82. We'll be at around 78 tomorrow for San Antonio area and the metro. So here's the upper level pattern. I want to watch this very closely. So this already fast forwarded through Tuesday, right? So this is Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. And most of the active weather all of next week is really going to be out farther east towards the Midwest, anywhere from Chicago, New York, Washington, D.C., the Carolinas. That's where the weather is going to be more active, meaning more rain, also significantly cooler air. And what you're seeing right here, it's a snapshot of what it may look like Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, with the trough out east and a weak ridge of high pressure across New Mexico, Colorado, northwest Texas. And typically what that yields for us, clear skies, very calm weather, and nothing too active in our area. But wherever you see low pressure and the dislodging of cooler air from the jet stream, that's what leads to more active weather patterns. And again, I fast forward again through Thursday, through Friday next week, the pattern persists. It doesn't really break down. As a matter of fact, it almost reinforces it. And another trough of low pressure develops across the southeast from Alabama, Ohio, to the northeast near New York and Washington, D.C., and near Virginia as well, in the Midwest. And for us, a high pressure ridge starts to strengthen and kind of go back and forth in intensity. But regardless, through next week, relatively quiet, a lot of sunshine, highs trending warmer and warmer, remaining kind of stable in the 80s next week. But if you're traveling anywhere near the Midwest or anywhere east of Missouri or Arkansas, that's where the weather consistently, day by day by day, between Monday and Friday next week is going to be very active. San Antonio and most of Texas, kind of on the outer periphery of that trough of low pressure, meaning this is kind of an overview of weather setup of next week. Anywhere from Louisiana to Florida, all the way up the northeastern coast of the United States, that's where the weather is going to be mostly active. Kind of rounds of rain, cloud cover, maybe a few rounds of severe weather possible, again, across that part of the U.S. Now, San Antonio, while we're mostly out of this weather pattern's influence, we're on the outer ridge, on the outer periphery of it, and what that may do is send us a couple of isolated showers, isolated storms next Thursday, next Friday, next Saturday. It doesn't look like a lot, as you can see on this particular map. This is a forecast rainfall map over the next 7 days. So between now and next Saturday, pockets northeast of Houston, east of I-45, maybe up to a quarter to an inch of rainfall. But notice anywhere along I-35 pointing west, it is very dry between now and next weekend. So no huge weather patterns for us in the foreseeable future, but we may see some rain chances return by next Thursday and next Friday. Despite that, temperatures warming up middle to upper 80s by next week. Morning temperatures, though, I want to focus in on this. Very nice. Tomorrow morning around 58 to 59. Monday morning lower to middle 50s. Early Tuesday even cooler, upper 40s, lower 50s for morning temperatures. but notice the trend for afternoon highs. With a lot of sunshine comes the warm up with the heat. 83 on Wednesday and about 85 to 87 Thursday and Friday. So we have nice weather going forward. Again, maybe some spotty showers by the end of the work week next week. Otherwise, right now, rain will be in short supply. We're not expecting much in the outlook for the next 7 days. So keep that in mind, and we'll leave it on the 7-day forecast a little longer. For now, have a wonderful Saturday night, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X. But again, today was a beautiful day. Some of the cloud cover struggled to clear this morning. I was at the Whitty Museum, and we were worried that the clouds were not going to clear. But thankfully, at like 11:20 a.m., it cleared, and we saw the ring of fire perfectly with our eclipse glasses. And again, 6 months from now, less than 6 months, will be another solar eclipse, and that'll be a total eclipse versus an annular eclipse. And again, annular, ring of fire, so sunlight is still present. Only about 90% of the sun is covered by the moon versus a total eclipse that is 100% covered by the moon, creating totality in the path as the moon's shadow projects onto the Earth's surface. So get ready for that. That'll be in less than 6 months. If you like today, you'll love next year, next April, April 8th, 2024. That'll be the path and the date of the total solar eclipse as it moves across South Texas. It'll be slightly different in the path. It'll start off in northern Mexico, and then it'll move across Eagle Pass, our western counties, and for that one next year, northwestern San Antonio will be in the path, but the southeast side, east side of Bexar County will not. So we'll have to make graphics showing you the path of totality for next year. You can always search it online as well. All right, that's the 7-day forecast, guys. Have a wonderful Saturday night, and we will see you later.